wheelchair who has all the webs connected to her, like Loki. See the transition?
Here we go.
Here we go. But long story short, let's get to Loki. That was pretty good, right? I mean, what's much than the trailer? I'm like, um, I love the Loki season 2, episode 6. I really thought it was like 10 episodes. I'm, I'm sad but glad it was 6. Got straight to the point, and the ending was amazing. The middle to the ending was amazing in my opinion, especially that last score at the end. I keep playing it over and over, and I'm trying to find that Spotify link to it because I want to. Oh, it's like a
So
orchestra type of ending.
for me, I think there's only two characters that can fit, but I think definitely Loki for me right now, maybe his recency bias as well, has the best full circle story. Him and Tony Stark, I think within the MCU have the best just full circle story.
Okay.
And the way that they if they choose, like, I don't think this is the end of Loki. I personally don't think this is the last time we see him. I think we're going to see him again eventually, but if they don't bring him back, I don't have anything against that as well.
Yes.
But um for how he started to how he ended, I love that the title of the episode is Glorious Purpose. And
Just
then
like the first
especially with,
episode of Loki
yeah,
season 1, and
yep,
all
yep.
the glorious ending. Look, I didn't even notice you put your thinking cap on. I
When
was
you
stuck.
mentioned that, I threw it on. Yeah, I've been thinking hard this episode. So but yeah, with the way that they left him, spoilers, um just gotta say it every time.
I know.
With the way that they left him, of basically making the, I guess, when it's the ultimate sacrifice of you know being at the being the helm of time, destroying the old to create something new, to give everybody a chance to do something. um and just the way it was beautiful. I say it like that. It was just beautiful. It's a beautiful moment. It was just for 2 series straight to the point. Loved it. So
The beautiful thing with Loki, first of all, the whole episode, I mean, season 1 and season 2, if you were to play it out as a long form movie, like just straight through without, credits and whatever, um, it's like a book, it's or like a, not a paradox, but it's like a full circle in a way, kind of. At least with season 2, that's what they were saying. But it's crazy because Loki, his whole journey from the beginning was that the throne is destined to be his. Like he felt, that belongs to me. I am burdened with glorious purpose, as he always said. Since the first time we seen him in in Loki, Thor 1, and then in Avengers, and then even Odin telling him that at the end of Thor 1, when he was like hanging on to what's the name of that road? I want to say Rainbow Road, but it's not.
the Bifrost.
The Bifrost. And, he tells him, like, you meant for something more. And, I don't know if we can sit here either as great foreshadowing, or they were able to use a line from the past and make it work now. But everything that worked out was like, it's like Odin knew Loki was meant for so much more. Cause he said both my sons would inherit the throne, right? And then it wasn't until Loki finally either he humbled himself or just realized, like, love and just not wanting to be alone, that the throne he so desperately wanted, he didn't want anymore, but then he was thrusted into that position. Like it's crazy. And then Tom Hiddleston, at that last moment when he finally realized, like, fuck, I didn't want the throne, but I got it. I'm the one who has to sit on this throne because I went through countless scenarios, centuries, maybe even eons of trying to figure out a different way to do this. Yeah, and he who remains, like, it all comes back to me, regardless how you slice it. He said, you know what? Maybe not, but I'm gonna try something different. And him just looking at everybody, no line said, nothing, just his facial expressions with him smiling. Ah, that was beautiful. That was I didn't know what he was gonna do. I thought he was gonna sacrifice himself, like what Victor Timely did. I was like, is he gonna die? That's what he's supposed to do. Like, I don't know, release maybe his time slipping energy or something. I don't know. And then you see him walking like the Bifrost. Like you see how they play that, and his whole outfit is super. Oh man, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. Like, oh man, I don't want to. I'm monologuing here, bro. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I'm
I know
sorry.
what you're gonna wear next Halloween.
Yo, yo, you're so right. And green is my favorite color. I mean, can you tell? Oh man. I mean, if I keep monologuing if you don't mind.
Well, going forward, since we, last episode we was talking about the whole, you know, situation with what's going forward. So, well, since we have the ending of Loki now, we could kind of talk about more of the future of how things may change. So, continuing on, like with kind of the Loki logic, it seems like they are definitely writing Jonathan Majors out of the MCU so far. Some more stuff has come out over since we last recorded the last episode drop, and based on the Loki finale, I definitely see a way that they can do that or path forward to doing that. um we did get that little reference to Kang the Conqueror at the end of Quantum Mania in the Loki finale when they bring it up that a variant had popped up, and the way that they seemed to treat it was like, oh yeah, it's a variant, and yeah, they handled it, and that's it. So it kind of just feels like, I think
And they're
this,
watching the other variants as well.
yeah, and I feel like the growing sentiment is going to be that, seeing as how I was mentioned as Doctor Doom, is that they're probably going to do everything a little bit sooner and probably have Doctor Doom show up and wipe out the Kangs in some type of way, and do that because even the Kang Dynasty movie is being taken off the board. The director is no
Really?
longer, yeah, the director that
Oh
was
yes,
hired
yes,
for,
yes, yes.
he's no
I saw
longer
that.
on that movie, and it's most likely that movie is going to be titled into something else, whatever that may be. But yeah, so with the way that this goes down, like I think I said last time, I believe that Loki was probably going to be the person to kind of recruit an army to fight the Kangs, but seeing as how that doesn't seem to be happening anymore, I don't know. I don't know where they go, how they go forward. The Marvels just came out. Spoilers. I didn't see it, but I'm probably not going to go to the movie theater and see it. I
Yeah,
spoiled
me
myself
either.
on it. So I saw the post credit scene that was hanging around Twitter for a little while. Saw the end credits. So we got with the mid credit scene. Spoilers again, just in case. We got the X-Men, or the appearance of X-Men from a different reality, and we got Beast, and we got a version of Captain Marvel known as Binary, that Monica Rambeau is playing, or is supposed to be in that universe.
That would
And
be technically the mother, right?
yes, my I hope I have it right. Monica is the mother and Marie is the daughter. Um, but yeah, with that, I know it's definitely that they're going to still go forward with the time is falling apart logic. But the way that we have in that movie, the understanding of the universes is basically right on top of each other. And I feel personally, which I really hope they do, they do, is that that universe that we slipped into is the ending of the Days of Future Past movie. That's that continuing universe. Because as I said, there's so many options because they own all IPs now. And eventually, I this is why I personally believe Loki is coming back. If we are following the logic of how Secret Wars eventually played out, eventually all these timelines is going to become one again. And with everything falling apart, I just feel like Loki is either going to come out of that tree and try to see what's going on, take some part in it. Maybe he gets killed, but I just don't believe this is the last we've seen of Loki as of yet. And if we are still going with the incursions logic and all this stuff going on, I'm just, I just hope. if we writing out Kang just all together, there's bigger. I mean, there's other stuff they can do. Like as I also said before, Kang didn't really have a big part to play in the Secret Wars comic anyway. So it's not like he ultimately. I'm gonna miss Jonathan Major's performance, but ultimately I'm not gonna miss him from whatever Marvel decides to do going forward.
What if they do like the typical James Bond villain when the main villain you see that you see him as a big threat. You know, he's controlling everything, but then on top of that, like, nah, there's somebody not necessarily like controlling him, but there's somebody much more powerful, which brings in Doctor Doom. Like we all think Kang is that dude, and then whatever they retell this next Avengers movie, Doom. Like, what if the movie ends? Like, whatever happens, right? We won't get Tony Stark. We won't get Cap. Like, we won't get the Avengers that we know most likely will come in Secret Wars, right? We'll just get whatever we have right now. But before the movie ends, they're struggling with Kang. Then he's like, I got all my variants pop out of nowhere, and then Doom just pop out of left field. It's like, what variants? Just not really snap them, but like do something and just be like, I'm the real threat, and then boom, the movie ends. Something
That's
like that,
how
you
I,
know.
regardless of anything, well, before all this happened, that is how I pictured it happening. I pictured that we were going to get to Kang Dynasty. Kang the Conqueror is going to be, the main Kang. He probably wipes out all the other Kangs because he is the definitive Kang. And then I imagine that at the end of Secret Wars, that either not Secret Wars, at the end of Kang Dynasty, that either we were going to get a reveal that he's not the big bad, he's not the one that needs to be stopped, is actually Doctor Doom. That somehow maybe Doctor Doom comes in and says, "Oh, you thought he was a problem," and he offs him, or Kang just leaves a threat of, "Oh, you thought that I was trying to actually fight this person over here," whatever, something. I always viewed it that that's how we were going to go. Since again, I always say Secret Wars is the title of that movie, so
You
that's
know,
how I always viewed it happening. But seeing as how it seems like Jonathan Majors is done. Who knows? Like maybe sometime in the next couple movies, we will start getting hints to Doctor Doom. Um, but
I think you also, I don't know if you mentioned, but another way for Loki to return, and I think you did mention the last episode, since he does sit on that throne and he does can see or peer into all timelines and all universes. I would think he'll be the one to bring all the Avengers together or everybody together from different universes. You
yeah,
know, I don't know. It's beautiful. I just wanted to mention real quick that what Loki decided to create the sacred timeline as, or at least the multiple timelines, was the tree of Yggdrasil. I think that's how we pronounce it. That scene was top notch. Like for a TV show, they definitely killed it, and how it just rotated, and it's like, oh, that's a tree. It's like, you know, they can also play on that as well too. Like that could be the different realms, or maybe just Loki just modeling off what the history he knows. But there's a lot of things they could play with that too for Loki. Just his heritage and all that stuff. Um, but it seems like, um, damn, I had a perfect transition and it fell off because it was referring to Galactus with the Fantastic Four, because it seems like they have possibly him casted as well, which maybe he might pop out in Avengers 4, and I don't know. But yeah, we got some casting for
because
Fantastic Four.
because because they're already telling us about Galactus. I just feel like Galactus is going to end up like Dormammu.
Which is crazy because Dormammu is very, very powerful in the comics, and like he's like, I mean, he's not like up there, but he's around Thanos level, and we haven't heard about him before. They threw him in a regular single movie for Doctor Strange, and it's just like that's it. He ain't come back. Like there's no more time stone, bro. You could come back and do what you got to do.
Yeah, like they reference a whole they reference eternity. We got
Eternity
the
from
living
Thor,
the living tribunal.
yes. The
We
what?
got
I
yeah.
was gonna say the Watchers, but that was What If.
We still What if it's still a part of the universe or
Okay,
something? So
okay, we got that. Celestials. Um, yeah,
so it's like we're getting these beings of power, but it's just like I don't think Marvel is that far ahead to plan that out.
it
So
could be a scaling. It could be a power scaling problem. They just don't know how to handle all that, and also you got to dumb things down for a lot of people. Like you got to put as much information as you can, either within TV shows or the movies. Which for movies will be around 3 hours at most, and for TV shows, 6 episodes, five something hours. And it's a TV show. How much can you really expect people to watch and etc. And it'll be kind of. I mean, it's interesting. They got the balls to really try it out, but you just got to finish it because
yeah,
Galactus is another like that dude is monstrous.
but
You
what I
know,
really hope going forward, like from here, is so Captain Marvel, the Marvels, that movie not doing great in theaters. So personally, I hope that,
it sucks
and
honestly.
it seems like it is starting to happen, that Marvel takes a step back and really views all the stuff that they're doing. And I think we talked about this last episode. Quality better than quantity.
Yeah,
Dial back everything and let's focus on writing good stories. Um, with the writer strike ending as well, with the actor strike, kind of hope that we proceed forward in that direction. I don't necessarily think that the Marvel formula is the problem. I just feel like
they got off their
with
path of what is the end goal. Like
yeah, when you have all the TV shows that's out there that people at least you have to watch to like I think two of them you have to watch the Marvels, which is
Miss
Miss
Marvel.
Marvel and WandaVision. So
Oh
it's
yes,
kind of
yes, yes, yes.
oh sorry.
Or
So
you can
it's
watch a YouTube video.
yeah, or you can watch a YouTube video, but with all the TV shows out there that have to be digested, it's just it's too much, a little too much. But
It's a lot to ask for the audience.
yeah,
Only the diehard. Like I think we mentioned this before or somewhere else that after Endgame, most people were tapped out. We thought like, okay, this is over. We know everyone did their sacrifice and etc. I'm excited for the next stuff. Then the whole world went to sleep mode, and then a lot of plans went out the window and stuff. It's just a lot of people just kind
yeah,
of faded their interest. Maybe another 5 years, it might come back.
yeah. And it's just like um, you know, it's with all these TV shows that even like during the pandemic that were coming out, it was just there was a lack of vision as well because we didn't know what anything was leading to, and
Lack of vision.
it,
Literally.
and I could I can make the case even now. What is all of this leading to? Like we were told even before those TV shows, hey, Kang is the next villain, but I think as we pointed out, it took forever to actually present Kang in some type of way. Um, and what's crazy is that even with Kang the Conqueror, the way that he was written off, because I think we mentioned last time, I think for a casual audience, it's like, oh, he lost to Ant-Man. But in Loki, when He Who Remains returned and was just like, bro,
Oh.
I'm not even playing chess at this point, like playing something else. It was just like that dude, like he put more intimidation into me, more like, damn, like this dude is really capable alive. He's playing this far. Cause it's like, like I didn't like I guess when the series started, I knew he would come back, but the manner that he came back was just like, when Loki went back in time, I just expected kind of like, oh, he went back in time to see you to talk about it. But then when it was like, bro, like I've been waiting for you to come back this whole time. How many times you did this now? Okay, let's keep going. Like, like,
He's
oh
like,
wow,
come back to me when you figure it out. He's like, when you think it's the first time I talked to you though. Like, that was crazy.
yeah. So again, I'm sad to see that they're moving on from Jonathan Majors, but
I hope it's one of those things that with time people forget. Like just
Yeah,
hold everything off, and then let's reintroduce them. We all forgot, like Ezra Miller type of thing. We still came out.
they forgot
Uh,
Ezra Miller as soon as the day after it happened. So
yeah, I know. But this is a little bit different though. But even though they do have um a lot of branches, no pun intended, of where they can go. That's the beauty about it. Like if they were to pause everything right now, they can literally do anything they want. Like we all know you're leading into this multiverse environment, right? And I think it's kind of cool that is, how can they travel around? And they keep introducing different characters who have the ability to go around. You got Strange, you got America Chavez, Loki, Wanda can do it in a way, Kamala, and I guess I would say Ant Man maybe with the pin particles, in a way, kind of with the that whole realm type of
Mhm.
thing. I don't know. It's just with that alone, I'm just thinking about it. It would be very interesting to see that, like the science nerd of me, the comic nerd of me. I would love to see how they would break that more. I mean, even the Spider-Man movie that might even come through somehow. You might see Miles Morales fighting against Kang, throwing a kick out of nowhere, like Peter did against Thanos. Spider kick over here, Spider kick. Uh, but yeah, Marvel. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what's gonna happen. It seems let's see. They do need to start moving a lot of their projects, or at least a good amount, into MA, like mature audience. I think that would be pretty good. I really
Yeah,
wished Moon Knight was.
we got Echo coming. That Daredevil series is well, I don't think we spoke deeply about this, but Marvel, Kevin Feige specifically pivoting to have like actual TV show writers writing these
Yes,
shows now
we spoke about this.
versus okay, so
Yeah.
I think that's going to be great for stuff going forward if they do continue to go put out the TV shows. Like the TV shows, I'm not against them. I just think we should have less of them because it's just there's so many and you know a lot of them is just self-contained stories. So
Yes, and they're not even good stories either. Like,
yeah, like if they were all like Loki level where it's not like that's so random. It's
yeah, I didn't even do anything. What the
um
heck?
it's well, I lost my whole train of
Yeah,
thought.
I know that whole thumbs up popped out. I was like, I know it's an Apple thing, but like, damn. Wait,
Um
the quality of the TV shows,
Yeah, like if all of them were like Loki in a way of, Loki is a self-contained story, but it has to do with the greater scheme of the world. So, like the events of Loki, we assume lead to events happening outside. It's like I texted you right after it ended that well, it kind of confirmed that, that the
the
events of
timeline of it.
Quantumania happened after the tree Loki made the Yggdrasil tree.
Yes,
So um so like things like that, connecting strings in a way, stringing things together. If they were all something like that, then it's like cool. But it's just most of them right now is like self-contained stories that they're probably going to pluck characters from just to throw them in, or even like like Miss Marvel. I feel she has
that was slept on. I actually enjoy that one.
I haven't watched it myself, so
And she actually the bangles she has in the movie, I mean the show, they can I mean it does happen for the movie, but it can also relate to Shang-Chi. And it can
mhm.
also relate like at least that show, not maybe not the beginning episodes, but you gotta know who the character is. But it did lead to something else. The Bucky Winter Soldier, it led to Cap 4. Um She-Hulk led into nothing, Oblivion. Who cares? The Hulk got a son. Like that was the most randomest thing. And dude had a bad hairline on top of that. Like I thought he was wearing a hat, and then I found out it was a hairline.
It's like one of those things of I appreciate where they're going, but because you ain't get like I I really would have loved the world like a World War Hulk movie. That's the one movie from Marvel I would love to see.
Even if it
And
was self-contained, just put in its own universe, that would have been cool.
or like even now, give me a universe where that Hulk exists.
Yeah.
Where that version of Hulk exists. Let's go with that.
Another thing, like going with the TV shows, Moon Knight was pretty good self-contained, but you also introducing another deity into the whole universe. Like, how do they correlate with everything? You know, with Thanos and the Eternals, and like, what's their power level? Like, how long they been there? Did they influence Black Panther's origin story? You know, like it's
Like low key. What what I like about Moon Knight is Marvel is slowly, like, it's not really at the forefront, but they've been building, I feel like, like the different realms of death or the afterlife through different cultures and
oh,
stuff.
I love that.
Like, I feel
Yeah.
like they highlight it in movies, like it's not in the forefront, but the way they're, highlighting it in a way, like they did it in Thor Love and Thunder with the afterlife for the
Um,
Asgardians. I
I
don't
always
remember
forget.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember the title. So you got that, you got the one
Valhalla.
that's Valhalla.
I just
You got
remembered it.
you got the first like I guess the first one that we ever seen, which was with Black Panther. Um
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Where he saw Boss, the panther that, that's the one that's,
I'm just
controlling
gonna
all
say the
that.
realm of the Panther gods, but I'm pretty sure it's not that. But yeah,
Yeah, I'll
yeah.
check it out.
We got that. Then we have we dealt with like I think maybe two or three within Moon Knight itself. But yeah, I think like low key, like something's gonna happen with that as we go forward.
Just the realm
Um,
of the Wakandian dead. That's what I got here.
so
Did-
yeah.
we also got a little. No, no, that was a soul stone. I was gonna say the soul stone, like when Thanos was there, or the cutscene with Tony, but that was a stone. Actually, that wasn't a form of death. It was like a form of middle ground.